Hello, hello. Welcome to the week of power on your scenario. This is frame. We have a frame of time and space, and we move with each other back and forth, back and forth. Yes, no. Yes, no. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we? Are you enjoying? I just could change this thanks to YouTube. Just how to change the phone of the Mac. Sure, sure. Just light it up. That's it. After just thinking I could find out by myself for 8 months. Wow, finally. Just you're talking with a phallic. And then you're just sort of like, yes, yes. Oh yes. I haven't written anything powerful or beautiful in gosh, since this month started. Uh, yeah, it's just that was my last impression. Fantastic. For this month, I was just cleaning my shoes with my ink for calligraphy and some cream mixture. So today we're on the 20th of April. 20th of April. Oh, yes. Power. I was thinking, it's because I really feel that anything that is agreeable is to bring a word that's going to be a transition, that's been agreeable, a word that means a decision that has been made. I have many words, I'm studying words. Imagine we share this word, a word, and we're sharing a universal understanding towards one word, just one word. Imagine you're just taking all a word, talking. So some think of global domination, and other ones think of the global peace, and some might say your days are that. Whatever. Doesn't matter right now. What is it going to do? I'm interested when I'm listening. What is it going to do? Besides, okay, you're making viewers, you are supporting freedom of expression, we are supporting what is true, what is not, what is pseudo truth, until who is in power, how is this being, these patterns and all these shooters. So you can do evil by all means to get what you want because you will make your story to believe that you are chosen and you deserve a higher place. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter from any perspective. That is the old world, and this is the new world. For whatever represents to you the old world and the new world. That sometimes the society deserves to be where they are. Men with enough love, deserve to be where they are. When you look at the psychology of anal sex, it doesn't matter if it's with man, woman, or sheep. You will see that it has a psychological pattern, all right? I don't like to talk about children, but unfortunately, there is a psychological pattern that we are watching. Some men who don't have problems with their physiognomy already having problems of how small, and they want more by also watching pornography and wanting as well. They, instead of judging their organ, they want women to have bigger breast. So all these formations in the mind has to do with insatisfaction. It's not enough to kill one, two, hundreds. You need more. You need to kill more to feel you are more powerful. I'm watching you. All of you are the same to me, all right? You want followers, and for that, you want power. That's a sort of power. Yeah, you might be thinking that you are the new worlds. You are better than others for whatever reason. So, for the end of this month, instead of putting a word for the transition between months, it's very difficult to talk in a society where these men are in power. Also in Iran, only they're the same. Yes. Whatever they think they can dominate through a smaller hole, and none is going to surrender. None is going to be on their knees, even though they also they like, you know, to wrestle. Is the pattern that I am promoting this. So if you're talking to both sides and you want to make a part in the story, and you will think to all their generations, but at the same time you are seeing that they think to be victorious because they are killing their own people as well. We're talking about places where people are suffering under belief system, and women and children as well, and their freedom of expression, to love whom they want whenever they want. If they don't want to, perhaps find compassion, or find whatever they want to do with their lives in a healthy manner. Not to be cast away from their society because all these reasons. We've we've just come out. Okay. We've just come out. Jesus maybe was 2000 years ago back, but no one understood when he said to not judge this poor prostitute. Yeah. No one understood that he was treating these people as equals, all right? But he needed the apostles to write the story, right? And you need to have fun telling your stories. What are you doing with your stories? So I'm not very satisfied to have many viewers, as you can tell. But are you going to make a better world? So, are you getting together to make a better world and preparing to take over? Yeah. So, you've been already prepared, you've been practicing, you met each other, you've seen what happens from within and from the outside, and you measure who is better. You might not have traveled around the world and live in other places, have you? Have you lived with the poor, the very poor, in evolving countries? It's beautiful to live with nature and to have your family values. There is so many places that you will find that because they do not have a freedom of expression, they cannot get their tools. Because there are so many people in between, like you, creating scandals to get the attention in a generation of popularity. So this has created a value that's powerful to a certain extent. And it's very beautiful to watch people learn from everyone showing what they do, showing their lives, showing their powers, to learn as well. So how would you bring a transition if you are to I want to hear the words better before Wednesday, and today is Monday the 20th of April of 2026. Here in UK is 8:12 p.m. These are important times that we share. I can talk in prayers as well, and if it were more or less the same, because when you bring the truth to the light, it heals. It will be painful to watch a dark truth, but we're not here to put a finger there. We need to let it breathe so it heals. So we cannot allow this to hide again and create more morbosities with people that think they have to create more, because there are still many people working in offices of government that have this pattern from around the world, and we are going to see the patterns when we put each layer for what it represents. Yeah. So if we have in a location children missing, if we have areas where you have encounter, for those who work in rescuing children, this is a work in process. You cannot say, oh, I have not started yet. I don't have the power that I want. I need to have that position. I need my followers to really go for me. I need material. I need to bring somebody down. So, is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how can I get the evidence of these videos if they are doing it to bring. So if they're doing it to bring people crazy, you have the right to go to the jail and visit these shooters, for example. None of you are journalists, investigational journalists. Maybe you have the help and support and you've done a documentary and investigation. It's not for some channel. Go to visit these people in jail that have done mass shooting, that have done shootings, of all these sort of shootings in US, and ask them what videos they were watching and how were the algorithms, and if they had watched videos, investigate of their cellmates. What did they talk about in case they've died? Yeah. What videos were they watching? Were they generated by artificial intelligence? Were they generated about this system of belief to go and kill? And the people that they met in these internet groups. So there is a line of follow up from when you start watching these videos and from when these friends start to pop out in your groups. I've been a role player for 20 years in a world of hackers, and we just role play among realms, and there's a lot of crazy things with undercover characters. But unfortunately, this is happening in real life. And when you do not have the evidence, go look for it if you like. Go look for it. Make a list of all the shooters and you put from Trump administration and Joe Biden administration because they have their inner war. And the war that's happening is that they're putting the left and the right in the world together. So that was it started with Trump inviting the people of the right. So they have enough time to take as much money when they're in power, and they never want to create a government map where you see where the money of the people go. The tax money, where's it going? So are you investing all this in technology really without the human interaction or the influencers? So imagine if I am a prosocial psychopath or I am the daughter of gods, what does it matter? I am going to get those psychopaths. Yeah? I can be your friend and help you one day. But then I see you have worse people in Iran, right? You have worse people in Iran. What if it brings some balance? Think about it. Think about it. What is more important right now besides world peace? Because if you're going to have a world of corruption with a fake peace, because there are people being raped, women being under slavery, and men as well under slavery, not having their rights. There are people being shipped from Egypt to Middle East to work like slaves, from the Philippines to work like slaves. Chinese people working like slaves, and it's normal. They love their work. They work 12 hours. You have to, okay, many people want to work like that as well, have no children, have no wife for a divorce because they will get their money until they get this social status to get somebody of the same rank. It's not that easy. It's not that easy in the world if you want power. Now, wisdom is very difficult to understand because the power to remember, you must have so much compassion to forgive yourself for everything that you might remember. You might be on a distance just to keep alive because this might happen again. So This is stories not as if it's been told, but I can guard myself so it doesn't happen again. Because I am born with a pattern and it happens again and again and again. So I'm alive in the material world to learn how to mature from past incidents, mistakes that can make me powerless. As, for example, losing my life on an early age, just, just to die young again, just to be able to grow older and enjoy the world of your children and grandchildren and be healthy with longevity. To die in peace, I think, is a very powerful gift your parents can give you as well, my mother or myself, to, to leave my children and grandchildren. Um, it's very powerful to understand what people consume for their power. What is their energy source? Where do they get all that energy as well, right? So okay, so many hours in the gym. It spends all this money for beauty. So because okay, it's been raped, so it's only power, sexuality. The rest of the women are also like that. So you don't have value if you're not. You shouldn't talk about anything as well. You're a woman. Um, just be pleasant and in the most humane manner towards your people around and create a heavenly atmosphere towards yours. You care. That's all that's been asked. It's a giving birth for life, which is very powerful to bring life. So, for those who want to bring death to their own people by not um, accepting the other country's demands, would you say precisely? Because I cannot put a word that means decision because they have no decision making. That's not a word I could bring as I am trying to decipher through all the character traits, words that could ever exist. I want a word that's never been translated if somebody can help me. What about synchronicity? Sync. Yeah. So we have four four days that represent the transition uh, for the next month. What vibe would you want? The, the, what sort of vibe you would like for next month, right? So we're moving. We could see the words for the next month as a case, space scenario, and the movement in it. Yeah, you can bring characters or decorations, people, things before you enter, but there is a movement in that space time. And that's how we work in role play for fantasy rooms. All right. Sometimes we want to be together all the time in that story, in the storyline, but characters need to move in and out. So the energy gets stagnated and you want everything to work. So the story is long in that space, in that scenario. But the magic dies. You need to walk out and in. There are many functions that represent the oxygen, the pulse of real life. So you need to express yourself and listen to others. I will go around these meetings, yeah? And what is the meeting between this month and the next month? I'm not saying to change the whole old world, but it's beautiful. The ancient languages that we don't speak anymore and are interlaced. Mm. But there are words that stop being used because they become obsolete. So we've lost, we might lose the magic of dancing as well. We can see the part in the world where the new generation is dancing, where the new generation has pronounced in their nation that is illegal to enter a pub, a place to dance, a place of prayer with a phone. So you can really go there and disappear. Yeah, that is a scenario to dance, and a scenario for prayer, and a scenario for adoration and meeting beyond yourself. So I still think that might be precisely a word for transition. I am open because I don't think these people like Iran or Trump can understand what's precisely because Trump wants 10 points to be followed, and there's no negotiation there. And I know what it is. It's like when they're asking you to move out, probably you don't have the money to, or maybe you have the money to move out, but you can't move out because you created this your home. And I know they're telling you you have to move out. And probably it's an illegal procedure. And they're going to evict me again when I was paying my rent, but it's illegal to tell you you have to go just because. I'm going to talk about the reason. There was one time I didn't have the money from consequences. So even though you know you have to go, somebody has to go and take your things out and lock the doors because you can't go out. And they will ask, I know, but I don't know how to get out. I don't know how to go out and sleep in the streets. Oh, I don't have anywhere to go. I've never remember the first time in New York City. I renovated the whole studio in, I think it was 17th Street on the west side, in Chelsea, and it was facing the street, the window. I decorated it so well, redesigned so well that they wanted it. They thought it was a fortune. I was paying. Uh, it's very painful. So even if you want to make a deal, you can't go out. Yes, it's against your nature. Just want this to be understood. I want this to be understood on a micro level and on a macro level. So let's see a character trait from the School of Life that belongs to philosopher from London. He has a beautiful shop. I wish to buy all his books. Alan, forget names really. Doesn't matter who we are. We are just brothers and sisters. So, we all have the human character traits within ourselves. I would love to experience this. Like a virgin. So, well, I don't think this one will fit. A bit too fat, a bit too thin. Will this fit? Well, it's always somebody who is more fat and somebody else who's more thin. Bit too fat. The positive character trait is that won't ever moralize against you. Cozy, lovely, to cuddle. Not necessarily. I've met a negative connotation on the way to debauchery, lack of willpower, no breaks, no breaks. The same happens in the gluttony for any sort of addiction or desire. Occasional frightening side of their stomach or thicks. A bit too seen. The positive, attractive angulari, great self control, breaks, the fine jawline, because you can see the bones, right? Feeding them feels like a treat. Or negative, they seem to never just give way to the body. Unwittingly make you feel a slob. The way the clothes hangs can sometimes be scary. Restricted appetites in other areas. Oh, you really think about it. I love to eat. I love to eat. I love to cook for my family, but if I have a bad kitchen, I'm not gonna cook. It's just cuts it all. And having a beautiful kitchen, you can create beautiful elements that give you power and energy. Because it's like having studied chemistry. This will give more strength. But there's so much we have to learn, like taking the upper teeth out and having it clean so it doesn't go to the brain. Uh, Taking care of my mother. I'm thinking of how to take care of my mother, be with her. So it's a very alarming. I think there is a niece, like niece from the Templar. They used to fight to take. These people are of Israel and the Holy Land. The Holy Land. High politics, and the other one, celebrity news. We don't have more celebrity news before. We have news and technology and wars. Um, Abstemious, gluttony, abstemious. Oh God. Well, for the home modernist, for the home traditional, these are polarities, all right? So when we have character traits, we look at the polarities and the magnetic pull, like man and woman, or for those who are gay and are sodomist, dick and asshole. Once they're adults, okay, do whatever you want. Just respect children and women. They learn to, everything is about sticking it in. All of it, all of it, all of it, everything on any culture, on verse, in fantasy realms too, and science fiction and, and fiction. As an animal will be a cat, as an animal will be a koala. Well, surprisingly short, oddly tall. I don't know, something fitting for US and Iran in this situation of power and powerless. Very poor parents, very rich parents. Well, my parents were very rich. Now changes. I don't know the parents of the dictator of Iran or the supreme leader. Bottom, top. Mm. Abstinent, slightly addictive. They dress monochrome, they dress colorful. I think in Iran they just black, right? Like I love wearing robes, but or all in the same color. I've done that in India. It's good. If you have another understanding towards, it's beautiful to wear a robe. Well, let's read this one. I would say Iran is more flats, but the thing of woman with the hair and all the I'm not agree, and I don't agree with many things with Trump as well. I love green energy. It's wars of oil. Old, old school. Let's not judge by the clothes right now. Rural, urban. It's beautiful to go to the sea, to nature, and also be in the city. I don't know, I just always find it like so interesting. What is beautiful is to have also the magic of the seasons. I've lived where it's always summer and it doesn't really like, oh yeah, the sunshine. Oh, need to arrive at the airport 4 hours early. I'm not that person. I like to be treated like high class because I'm the last. They call me and they take me inside because I'm the last one. Say, yeah, yeah. I'm a clock the last. So I pass all the lines. I also get in the seat and my suitcase. If I put some suitcase, they will be the first to come out. Everyone has already put their suitcase up, and here I enter. I am the last and the first. Need to arrive at the airport in the nick of a time. Never lost an airplane, never. It's Patricia from Associate. Put your sent at the door. 57. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You just call me, yeah. Let's send me a text message. I don't travel just to think about all these people and having to. Some people pretend to have one feet and go with the baston, they ask for a wheelchair, so they're taken and avoid the line. Just came late. That's it. It's true. Sometimes I like to be early. Always have something else to do. Uh, I don't know if Iran is gonna be on time. That's I don't know if they're gonna take like 4 hours to. Is there any mediator in between? Who is mediating between? You will have to ask in the known for a prayer, asking Allah, God. Is there any common sense on this planet Earth that we share? I don't feel it's about having a decision, but I feel the transition from this power is being precisely in the right direction. But I couldn't say direction because then, oh no, it's my direction, it's that's your direction. I'm not going there, you're not gonna do that, you're not gonna be here, I'm not gonna be there. Like we're like if we die we'll have nothing and everyone will hate you. I'd rather die. You don't have the balls to kill us. We won. Make more memes, make more artificial generated, because we got from there them the artificial generate. Well, the Chinese also have advanced with images and translating from images, speed technologies. So how are we gonna make 15% of transfer to see what other countries are doing by law, so we know it is managed correctly without creating enemies? It is good to have adversaries who are telling you don't do that, you shouldn't do that. So we have two adversaries and none is perfect. I would be perfect with my children and my husband, but this is what God has given me. And I have free will to get a microphone, and I was thinking get another one to maybe find somebody to to work together and make money so I can get my children as well. What is all this world about relations? So I'm trying to be precisely correct towards where we're going as well. Question your people. Do you have the capability to understand your people? All of them, the yes, no's, all the polarities you have. So they can manage their values and allow the currency of wealth to be shared from one another. So we can pass page. So this is all for today on Monday. I need to hear who is the leader speaking on behalf of Iran. So we need to listen to hear to heal together as well. To heal together as well. You might have help from me, so you can always film with a different device, change location, when you're filming. Never film in the same place. And always upload it from a different computer, giving the power and wealth that you have. I will not ask you to do that. So you're not paranoid of being found. And when they're uploading it, you're not in that location. Yes? So we can hear you as the voice of the people, the spirit of your land that has many traumas, of course. We cannot feed a monster that's going to grow more resentful. You might understand you wouldn't do that to yourself either. You would like to allow the human side to understand this situation and transition throughout technologies. So I do believe that when international court, so we must know precisely. I know where I'm going. I need to feel this other sentence from other people. I'm not here alone. Oh yes, what I say is what's going to become. This is about embracing what is sharing the magic of words, the direction of our emotions. Did you play sport? Did you put all your rage out in the multiverse with some monsters? Did you put all that rage out in sports? I know some of you do anal sex, and that's not the kind of rage I will feel wild to magnetize and transform, because there are many stages to transform towards and with positiveness, from filtering all these underground problems. So we don't have to see the devil or the bad things becoming corrosive to people and nature as well. We'll see in the map all the lands that God has cursed, so they become deserts. So they can see, they can have the rain and abundance as well. When they break this curse, the curse to understand the language of the heart, the language of the worlds around you as well, beyond yourself, beyond your people, that you can also have the power you deserve when you use your voice and you understand that your people also deserve the power of their voice and their freedom of speech, their freedom of thought within you, the design of your culture and within the human rights. Yeah. Now, if I'm not really researching everywhere to see what's being talked about. I have heard that the stream of hummus, I like to say hummus. I love hummus, but it's called, I have, it's okay, it's just, oh yeah. The Strait of Hormuz. Hormuz, the Strait of Hormuz. So, would Trump accept that 15% of people are international from around the world to share what's universal? Because If you have by law, let's say, I don't know the international laws, but if you are transiting with something that is international, there should also be people monitoring to a 15% that's within the international laws. So you cannot have people that cannot enter and see that. You need people to pass through to know this is working well. Yeah, we will see. Like, how can it be that some countries can have nuclear bombs and others can't? So this is a problem. Yeah, I don't like my country to be under anyone's dominion. I like to see the companies that have invested return to their investments. That was very interesting video from Joe Theodore in YouTube by The War Within, hmm, some weeks ago or a week ago. So brings mercy to see this. We are sharing together and it's good. You open up, you're invited to hail with us and perform the sound that you like to be here. You like to be here from. We are all wounded in one form or another, but you might remember being part of bringing equilibrium to these worlds. So I don't think Donald Trump should have everything from another country in a universal stage. Yes, 15%, I would say, of people rotating from around the world, not from United States. Sometimes violence is taken with force because the vitality is being denied when the people of the world need this vitality. Yeah, we don't live only from the divine order and the glory of God. We would be spirit. We would be against civilization and society. We would be against other forms of spiritual beliefs as well within our own soul. Because the soul also carries memories that are as traumatic, psychic. And you cannot believe that the only way to have pleasure as victory is through anal sex, raping others, or being raped, and killing people, because it's the same, you have that rush of energy, and you are wired to think from an early age as well that's your superior sexual being. This is also ingrained in the ignorance of years and years and years and hundreds of years and thousands of years in your mind, in the way you treat people, wanting to push them, dominate them. Like if there's no room in the world. So you can create more pain if you want. You know the way. You've known all your life through all the generations. Doesn't matter what people create, just burn books and put your story. We're going to work together to a certain universal layer and respect other nations. But we do have international treaties where this energy and power is delivered to other countries. And because people are benevolent and giving you days to reconsider, it doesn't mean you are going to push the envelope to become a worse person because you want to win. It's very hard to accept the wrongdoings of others when you are a new leader. So I think you need a new narrative to tell your people to save them, that you have not allowed Trump to take the Strait of Hormuz, but so there is peace. You have given a 15% that's universal. 15% of people that work to report truth and control everything in Iran. 15% to learn about freedom of expression and what is it. But at the same time, United States too has to free from its nuclear weapons. And it also will have 15% of universal people, especially influencers who report everything. Yeah, and we'll see that in the map of the layer of nuclear weapons that are being deactivated slowly, surely. Let's say the countries that have more nuclear weapons, China, I don't know, China right now, but United States and Russia. So just imagine that these countries have to be brought down to their knees to deactivate all this, because the United States created the war in Ukraine. Russia created this war also by taking all the possessions of the rich people with a massacre of genocide. Russia doesn't belong to these people as well, but to the royalties and their people, of course. Royalties had to learn not to be so greedy when they were taking 50%. So it's been a good change of administration. They're administrate in other ways now and take more affairs through the laws, international laws, um, to achieve what's correct. So they have also taken from other people because they made up some laws. China has taken as well land, Russia has taken land. These are things that little by little we will see. Mr. Putin has to be stopped from this war as well. And stopping Iran is a very good resource to stop as well the war with Russia. And China is preparing for Taiwan. So it's good to have as much European to protect what's freedom of expression and the freedom of being, the freedom to think freely, to create your life in the pursuit of happiness. right? So we cannot be all as one dictator wants. Everyone the same. We have so much to learn with artificial generated intelligence to build a new form of power that we're giving birth to make our race of humanity abundant with the humans that need to be invested. We cannot evolve and watch the other part of the world being resented and being stuck in the past, because this resentment will create more invite to copy to take the fantasy to take over. When you stop, allow the energy to rebuild in you, become more perceptive, like the feminine, you have the potential to allow your perception to know what's precisely for you. So all the world can adjust. But the world is not going to be watching and waiting forever. So understand how all the countries in the world are waiting for your precision. If they want to collaborate and act fast, it can be reshaped later, polished. It was precisely designed to respect every nation against forceful dominion, but at the same time, and Trump has fought for freedom of expression, right? With all his sins. So he deserved to win this fight. You have freedom of expression. You can shout and bark and bite with the problems that everyone has as well, and the worst. I can paint many angles, but it doesn't mean I will be able to convince you. The millions of people are now pending on life or death because of you. Just stop for 1 week, stop for 3 days, and bring your power, your international power, in your highest level. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what is victory if the other one also wins. Are you gonna have all your society insulting another culture? Like the Russians do that. Like no one does that in Europe to Russians or in Ukraine. The level of, you know, how can people wish other people death? Like this is, it has to be really, really bad. What is going on? As children are being born again and again, they're being told stories of apocalypses and saviors. This has to stop. We don't need this in a world that's fair. It's too primitive. You have to put half of this man away, if not all, from positions of power until they become a little more tantric or more religious, more devoted. You can't have these people. There are people in India that have been president for every time in India. They are presidents forever. We do need some stability right now. to work this calm with balance and harmony and commit Wally to oneness anew. They want to keep fighting for the brick and put people in a line of hatred to fight back, even kill white people, people that were born in those lands, that work hard from zero. You have the potential to stop this with universal love and understanding. That's the highest power you can be in tune with. That quality. Bring your own words. What's power for you? Precisely. Talk to your people that you would rather trust the world to take the stream of hummus to 15%, or why not half percent. South Americans would say, well, take it all. So you work it out smarter. You don't have to work so much. What? Why bother about wars? Why invest in these wars when I can be dancing or sleeping a siesta? There is sadism in these ancient places of the world and a very stuck ego that needs 4 generations to become a little more flexible, um, learn. They're never going to learn this generation. They're never going to practice anything new. To be waiting for a good response is a fool. It's like you're treating with no energy there. There's no energy there. There's nobody there to talk. A little soldier there screaming. So how can you respond to that? Trauma, I think, is like a little child that doesn't want to be raped, right? But they're feeding from the media, and they think they're going to win with the media, with this. What are people going to do with the tools they've been given? You have power and you will abuse. You're learning to use power. You're just learning to see the splendor of life. You're just opening up from your limitedness to allow this power to happen through you. It's not only yours or yours. Look at your people around. Look at those handsome men in the military. Look at these poor people in the room. Everything's square, flat, and boring. No trees, no heaven. It could look as if it's artificial heaven in here, unless there is love. Unless there's something so intense that's a barrier to any sort of flaky. Goes away there. every you human, you can feel the spark of curiosity that we have been giving from intelligence. And it's so beautiful to watch in a child, in a mother, in a father, the sort of curiosity and surprise effect. We are learning and we want to hear as well. What you got to say? What is it that you have for your people? What is it you have as a leader? Because what you say might be for all the countries as well. So if United States claims this point, I will correct this point, and they should also have 15% in all their nuclear weapons of universal people from the universal coin. Mm? This is a world watching together. And with your voice, ideas might come from here and there. I make 9 stories at a time in the multiverse. I have role players that stop role playing because I'm not there in 5 years trying to get my negotiation from virtual reality. So my kids have solid ground and I can teach them with their technologies. Please, we'll be able to share our fantasy realms and study the Sufis. I used to twirl in India. I will twirl in the meditations with the north and the east and back and then twirl. So imagine if leaders would cleanse their spirit and mind right now instead of gathering to shake their hands so much and give medals to each other and speech because they are together against this and that. Somebody has to have the violence to break through, to make this happen, to push forward. Nobody would as American in the United States. I know that from the times when I was in Victoria, Canada, in British Columbia. So this is a time on a scenario of connection. This is how you're connecting back. This is the connection you give back. You are initiating us with your connection. What is it? If there are better stories or better ideas as well, it's your freedom of expression. So you take from what's been given and bring a better points. But keep with the line. And the other ones will cut your line from around the world. We have mercy, power, not precision, but precisely. I don't see where we're going. I don't see the direction. If somebody can see it, bring that word and say, I like this word for a transition from scenarios. All right. When you are playing in virtual reality, you will just love to see all the vibe contour of each verse and just understand that we humans do. We teach and learn. Why do you think they castrate so many women so they can rape their kids, take the money to pay prostitutes as well, pay people? How are you gonna stick it in? How are you gonna stick this business here? How are you gonna stick this one? So you want to create and go on and just explode here, ejaculate, explode, ejaculate. That's how you create. That's not the power of creation. You just got there, you sit there, and you think that all your relations and connection got you there to be the king of the world. Oh, you're born from this dictator, leader, supreme leader. Just you have the responsibility of all the people in Iran. Wow. It's like, really? Do I have to deal with these people? Really? What what do you want me to say? What would you say if you were God? What would you say to these people if you were God? As a creator, having mercy to their children, with all the power they have and free will. Question: they will have to kill their old self, let go of their old pain to understand a new form of healing and pain. But that what you've done, your fathers kill all these people. Say thank you that you're alive. Perhaps some consciousness can recover there. If you are the son of God, like everyone has the right to be alive, to stop all these genocides. Let me slap you and slap you in the other cheek. All right? You have to allow me to slap you in the other cheek. To understand what is Christian like. You, Muslim, and Jew, Buddhist, depends. Depends. You're still walking for peace. From all the people doing peace deals from around the world. And then all this business from the West creating peace titles. You might be in the gates of heaven and have to shake hands to all the people that were dealing for this peacemaking for hundreds and hundreds of years. What you did was nothing. You just had fame, TV shame, TV shame and fame. Because now people like me get to see other stories coming out. We are like, when on earth United States of America had allowed this to happen for a president? Because they live from the make believe. They have the left side corrupted on the left side. Something good has to happen out of this. So you will see an old God wanting to be a new God in the form of intelligence that any human can have. But you have to let me slap you a second time. And also to people that are sannyasins and claim themselves to be enlightened. It's like, really? Look how the mysteries are gone. Because you never took it for the children or the woman. You never care about schools. You never care about the female rights. So you have none of them. And it died. Your legacy died. Because you couldn't take it for others. Because what happens is okay. What are you going to do then? Let me slap you and see what happens. You want to slap me back? And give me your other cheek. Exercise to put yourself for others. You coward. Hiding. When the people need a resolution, I have to think for you now. With your squalid people around, creating weapons. Of course, nobody wants to be taken over. But listen to me, wherever you are, and give your face for your people and take it. And you will understand what Jesus was talking about and why all these people are so beautiful, maddening, beautiful. Or you feel envy that you want to kill them, or you fall in love. And the Jews as well. You should be ashamed of thinking you are superior. You should be ashamed to think that this Holy Land is yours. It is mine to administrate the map. Each one can administrate. I don't like to work that much, okay? Just allow it to flow. All these people are, all of them, willing to kill and die. And where is Jesus here? What? You allow people to come if you wouldn't be aggressive and violent. He wouldn't go as a witness of Jehovah to the Native Americans and still in 2026 try to make them Christians. He was not an annoying person. It's okay to be annoying to someone that's a drug addict in the streets and does not have a natural height. Wants to forget. or auto-medicate, then yes, be annoying. Put them on a 5-year rehab on a mansion into a village without any other addicts, away from your world, with no ticket return until they have been 5 years to work and learn and just detox. You need people celebrating. You people need people that have a natural height. There are people willing to kill anyone's life and reputation if you don't do what I want. Because everyone is going to be with me. Because I have the power of being liked. Please, this is everywhere. Everywhere. People fighting to be liked more than another. So let's bring the statistics. So many people like you now, so many people in this population like you, this other. No. It's very difficult to be universal. You must admit that everyone can hate you equally. For some unknown reason. Where? Sort of funny. Sort of like, yeah, it's, there's something to it. It rings. You don't have to love other people away from your country, but understand that this planet Earth is not only yours, and there are universal transits we share. These women and wives are not only yours, this mother is not only yours, this little girl is not only yours. She has a life of her own. She has also curiosities. She would also like to talk with men about the same curiosities to make this world more beautiful. It already had this structure of all these verses with man's dominion. I will bring the woman to rule from a different form as well with men. For that, you also need expression. You can trust me, you will not like to be born again with a frustrated fetus. Knowing the glory and climax that men and women can have with higher levels of consciousness to the world from your people as well. You will choose a womb that is more conscious, how she perceives the world around you. But you will never know about the world until you are a man. It's changed everything. All right? Feel part of this conversation and allow yourself to be a part, but not a mediocre part. Be magnificent, become a poet, give the answers. I don't want to listen about problems anymore. I want answers. I give you a few ideas to make better ideas yourself. It's not about me telling you what to do. We're going into this exploration. So you keep hiding, become friends with your inner creature. because it's going to come out free. And all the praise and exercise will be no, 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 you can't control all of that. This is about not controlling it and suppressing it. You must learn to transform. This is not a negotiation to get something out of it. From the metaphysical with the physical of our actions in the present. You have the power of the word and the action. And this is the only way you can see humanity flow. Right? So, precisely, I would ask you the word that you like for me to hear. This is a nice word for me. As a spell, as a blessing, or as a curse. We are all listening. Who is in the last judgment? We will see. All these people are in the last judgment on a layer. These people are healing with others or healing others that are stuck around it, getting in the tissue. These others are totally in their own creativeness. Don't want to know anything about these problems, but 100% of the world has come together to make this happen, respecting their own map and nation. The nations have come together to understand this for the first time in history with a new value and coin. Right? So talk about your points loudly to the world. If you like to be heard, if you had an education to talk, doesn't matter how we look. Imagine that we hear you breathing. Imagine that my words are your words. But imagine that people like to see you close this cycle with Putin and China and give in to betterments. You have destroyed the old dollar. You have renewed Europe to be part of defending what is universal values. You have your own people to note how they are. And there is their responsibility, not to blame not on politicians unless they have a solution, unless they have some beauty to bring, unless they have a program to understand, they can design it in their own with getting something precisely for what is needed here and there. We have all the tools to investigate and allow this. Can only happen with generosity. And what happens with generosity? We are perceptive. Yeah. We cannot be perceptive if someone is attacking you and you are on a defensive, but the rest of the world is perceptive. The rest of the world is trying to be precisely correct for what is good for all the parts in this moment right now. There will be many men that believe that war is the way and war is always going to happen, like Jordan Peterson, and become a man that hates women, will also insult women. Maybe he heals from a nerve system that's been so indoctrinated from men and allow as well his femininity to be receptive from an academic. So we can be friends, we can fight, we can forgive one another. Yes, I've been cruel. Yes, you too. Okay. What is it that we can do better so we can meet again, have a very long life? Is it right that I have my values to take care of my children? The Jew community would like to enslave me with a man to maybe kill me if I am not doing what they want. So why would I want a man of this kind? And the Muslim will not even think about it.